Hi guys, and welcome back. I wanted to create this video because something that was in my heart, lessons that I have learned, and some wisdom that I wanted to provide and share so that you guys can learn from the things that I have been through and, implement them in your life if it resonates, right? One of the things that have been coming up for me has been around love and belonging. And one of the really hard truths that I had to go through in the last few years have been about the old me. Well, two things: the old me dying, the patterns of my old self dying, and that had to do a lot with jealousy, that had to do a lot with insecurities, that had to do a lot with being unsure of my beliefs and who I am, and at the core of my self-esteem and my self-worth. That's one. And then the other one has to do a lot with the Disney love that I thought, you know, was forever. I would really fall in love with people romantically, and when that romance was gone, the infatuation of a new person was gone, that I would fall out of love with them, not really looking at their human side. When their human side would come out, I would run for the hills and not be willing to do the work. And that was a hard truth that I had to face within myself, because it's almost like Santa Claus. I found out Santa Claus wasn't real, and that took a huge toll on me. It may sound funny, but I really believe in the infatuation of the romantic love forever. And yes, we do get to have romance in our love lives, but the truth is that relationships are work, and relationships is where you go to self-reflect, to look in the mirror and do inner work in yourself. And it wasn't until I watched Jada Pinkett Smith, that I love so much. It wasn't until I watched a Red Table Talk. No, I'm sorry. She was with Jay Shetty, talking about love, talking about self-worth and relationships, and how her partner is a reflection of her. And I didn't get that. I didn't get that until she really spoke in it and really was honest about the work that it takes to be in relationship with another person, because you're coming from two different walks of life. You're coming from two different perspectives, and neither of them are right or wrong, but the trauma gets to be healed, and we get to choose partners very wisely when it comes to that, because you matter. And the person that gets to be with you, with each, and I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also talking to myself. The person that gets to be with us gets to understand that and gets to really show up with us 100%. They get to show up for us and be our safe zone to do the work, right? Because they can't do it for us, but they get to show up in a way where you feel safe enough that that you can talk to them about anything and everything. And that's a couple of things that showed up for me, and I wanted to share on here about self-love and self-reflection and love and belonging. The other thing that I wanted to share around belonging is that we can't belong to anyone unless we belong to ourselves first. And what I mean by that is that we get to really do the work within ourselves first before we're able to give love to anybody else. We get to really be in love with ourselves. We get to really call ourselves beautiful. We get to really shine our light for ourselves first before shining the light for anyone else. Anything that you want from your partner, you get to give it to yourself first. And that is a huge lessons that I've learned. And we get to reparent ourselves. If you didn't have the parent growing up, we get to reparent ourselves and do that inner work as well. And I'm so happy that I'm in this journey. And again, it's not like I'll get there and then I'll stop. It's a never ending journey, but um you will see progress. One of the things that I have done is I've journaled for several years, for about 5, 6 years now. And I read every single entry of my journal, in my journals, for the last 5, 6, 7 years, the ones that I do have. And I've seen the growth work, and I've seen how much I have grown, right? And sometimes we judge the process and we think that we are not growing and we think that we're stuck and we're stagnant. But in my observation, the things that I have learned have been, even in those moments of stagnation, even in the moments of not knowing, even in the moments of uncertainty, it's part of the process. And we get to trust the process, even if you think it's not working. You're never not in the right place. And that's something that I want to share with anyone that's feeling stuck, or maybe feeling that they don't have the answers to the next 10 years of their life. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. And even if you don't know how to love yourself right now, even if you don't know how to belong to yourself right now, take the first baby step. The whole staircase may not be revealed in one sitting, in one meditation sitting, or in one day, but take the first baby step. And when you take the first baby step, it's like you're putting your faith in motion, and you really are being in alignment with what you believe in. And the next baby step will show up, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And so we get to show up for ourselves compassionately, knowing that we're doing the really best that we can. Really, we are. Even if we don't know what it is that we're doing, like, that is the best that you can right now. And we get to love ourselves. We get to love ourselves right there. Meet us right there. And that's the most beautiful kind of love, and the most compassionate type of love that I've learned. And I hope that each and every person that's watching this gets to find that in their heart, for themselves, not for anybody else, not for a guy or a woman, or because you want to get married, or because you want to date, but for yourself. And I'm glad that I have I'm learning how to find the peace, because I don't want to say that I'm there. I'm always learning, I'm always growing, and I am happy that I am being in peace, that I'm in integrity with myself, which is huge, right? So that's just a nuggets of wisdoms that I have for you guys. I hope they resonate. Please comment and like and share below if you feel that someone may need to hear these words. And I hope that you guys are having an amazing day, and I'm sending you so much love and such virtual hugs. Okay, see you next time. Bye.